Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to another Dual School Ice and Myth playthrough video. I teamed up and I got some help to defeat Vasek Ashweaver, which I died to him like twice, and so I wasn't able to beat him. But that's unfortunate, but it's okay. We have finally beaten him and completed the Grand Chasm, and we can move on to the Necropolis, which is the next section of Dragonspire, which has the labyrinth. So I think we might be able to do it sometime this week. I think so. Hopefully. We'll just see what happens for this week. I hope everybody is enjoying their day today. To stay up to date on the channel, click on the like button for more Dual School Ice and Myth playthrough videos. If you like Wizard101, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you know when I post Wizard videos daily. I do live streams, so check out my live streams. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and join the Discord. It's a new week. So Dual School Ice and Myth playthrough videos this week. More Dragonspire questing. Final world of Arc 1. We're about to get to the Necropolis and then do a tower dungeon, and then that might just be it for today. Or if there's time, maybe get started on the Drake Hatchery. I really don't know. See how today goes. There we go. Of course, skip that as always. We've made it. And need to find a crafting vendor because I haven't found one in the other areas. So there should be one here. And need to find the Ice and Myth here so I can craft it. Because I am level 44. Oh, you know what I should do is I should get more potions. Let me mark here. That would be best to do. I completely ran out. I'll go do that real quick. All set. Now let's do the tower dungeon. Let's go inside. Okay, let me fix the deck. Don't need two of each. We'll just do one of each. Then we'll take out the heals. I'll just do two of each of the AoE hits. One hit to each of the single spells. No. Two traps. Yeah. I like it. Going in. Okay. Well, this is good. I'm liking it. Okay. don't think I'll finish Dragonspire this week because, well, now that we started Necropolis, and then like one of the areas in this world is Crucible. It's a very long area with tons of boss fights and tons of tower dungeons. Well, actually, a couple. There's one here in Necropolis, and then another one, the Grand Chasm. So. And there's a tower dungeon that leads to a boss fight in the Crucible. So that makes the area very long. So, yeah, probably not gonna finish Dragonspire this week. I don't know about the following week, maybe. Maybe we'll just see. I mean, hey, making really great progress. We're almost done with Arc 1, so that's amazing. And then soon, go through Arc 2. If you didn't watch the previous live streams on Dual School Life and Storm Wizard, I have finished all the side quests in Arc 2, so they're all completed. All of them are done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, like the side dungeons and spell quests, magic weaving, just all those to complete, and then I'm going to go through the Darkmoor dungeon and then start farming for the That's the next step of the character. It's got one part done. The playthrough is just doing all main quests and all side quests for dual school stats. But I need new gear. I need to get new gear so that I can be ready for Arc 3 when I start Polaris. Getting excited. Getting very excited. My goal is to hope start Polaris next month. I mean, is that going to happen? Probably not. Because it just depends how long farming is going to take and how many times I'm going through the dungeon as many times as I can by farming for gear and getting other players to help. And you guys are more than welcome to help me farm for the Darkmoor gear, because I really want to go for it on the Life and Storm Wizard. And we also talked about working on getting some dual school stats, because I have a Storm Jewel that I can add to the pet, but otherwise I can maybe craft a new jewel and then maybe consider adding that. So that's an option. But I do need to work on getting some dual school stats, because this is a dual school wizard. Same thing, this character. This is another dual school wizard. So the important thing about doing a dual school wizard is to get some dual school stats, right? That's the important thing. Like it's not just a regular character that just goes for good gear and is not going to get a secondary school stat. It's a dual school wizard with using secondary spells, and to add a secondary dual school stat and make it a dual school wizard with 2 schools to work with. Been doing that on the Death and Fire Wizard, And I mean, not much happened from the Life and Storm. From the start, I was using crafting gear, but until once I got to level 30, I was farming for gear. And then, ever since I have started this character, I've now went back, and now I'm going for dual school crafting. Which, you know, if you craft the gear, you can get some dual school stats of how you want to build your character for whatever secondary school you wanted to go for. So I started off with Death and Fire. Death was the main school, and I wanted Fire to be my secondary school. So I had to find a crafting vendor to find Death and Fire stats. Then next was the Life and Storm. The main school was Life, and then Storm was the secondary school. And once again, had to find a crafting vendor that had Life and Storm stats. And again, same thing for this character. The main school is Ice, and Myth is the secondary school. And again, finding the crafting vendor that has Ice and Myth stats. I don't know if any of you create dual school wizards and just quest on them for fun. I mean, I've been watching other YouTubers that are doing a dual school playthrough, and you know, it's fun to create a dual school wizard and just like really try out something new. I think it's fun. And see what kind of stats you can get. And you know, I want to do more dual school playthroughs in the near future, but this will probably be like this will be the only dual school playthrough that I'm going to be working on, and like I just want to like yeah, this is fine that I've started up a new character, but I want to focus on some of my other characters that I want to get complete. You know what I mean? Like, I just still have characters that I have not gone back to forever, really. I haven't like continued those characters in a long time. So for example, my Storm, like I just started the Wall of the pre-quest, but I did go through the full world quest. So I gotta finish Arc 4 on my Storm Wizard, and I gotta go through Selenopolis. My Myth, I gotta go through Selenopolis. My Ice, you know, it's like, again, the same thing, started the Imperia Part 2 pre-quest, but technically I have gone through the world of Imperia, but I haven't started, like, you know, like, the official quest of Imperia Part 2. So I do need to finish Arc 3 on my Ice Wizard. I have my Life Wizard that is still in Arc 2, and I do need to finish Arc 2 on my Life. I need to finish Arc 2 on my Death Wizard. I need to finish Arc 2 on my Balance Wizard. Like, I got like other characters that are like still in the second arc. And I would very much like to get those characters caught up to what is currently going on in this game. And we all know it is Dark Mode. So I would really like to do this. Which, you know, again, I'm going to talk more about it in the 2026 update video and what the live stream schedule is going to be. Because there's been some, like, new playthroughs that I've started, like, you know, this playthrough, the Dual School Ice and Myth. I have started a co-op walkthrough with WizGame, Fire and Life walkthrough. It's been those playthroughs that have been starting for this channel, and so I just wanted to keep it that way for a while, and so like I just don't want to start up new characters and then just have tons of playthroughs that I need to start that I need to get back to, and like, you know, like I don't want too much playthroughs going on. Like if I need to take a break from the playthroughs, that's fine. You've been noticing that. You've been noticing that. I've been taking a break from other playthroughs. So I don't want like too much playthroughs going on in my mind that I need to get done and I need to get finished, because we all know Wizard101 is a big game. There's so much to do. There's tons of worlds, there's so many quests, there's a lot to do in this game. So don't want too many playthroughs that have not been completed. And it takes time to work on these playthroughs and to get them done, get a character done, and then you gotta move on to the next one. Like, it takes time. It takes time. We've been there before. I mean, even though, like, I got, like, 3 characters that are caught up to the current update. I got my myth, I got my fire, and I got my storm. Like, I got 3 characters that are caught up. Soon it'll be my ice, but then, like, you know, like other characters, they're like far behind. Like they're not caught up to Arc 5. So that's why, again, my plan is to do the Selenopolis quest line. Then I'm going to take a break on that character, and then bring back a playthrough that I haven't worked on in forever. So that is what my mind is set to, and that's what I want to do. That's why, again, I'm going to talk about it in the 2026 update video for what will be going on for year of 2026. What videos will look like, what the live stream schedule is going to look like. So I will talk more about it. Tell you what. Nice blade. Let's see. He should be dead. Even with the weakness and the trap, I think it should still do it. guys have been putting on shields crazy. My gosh. It's insane. Okay. Let me just get rid of these. Just have to waste a blade to get that shield off. It's all good. $230 left. I can do that. He is dead. Getting close to the boss, the final floor. Unless this is the boss. I think it is. I was like, where is it? Where's the boss? Alright, it's a life boss. Let's add that. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go. 400. Yes, I know, guys. I still don't have faint. I know. I do need to get that spell. I know. It's actually been rough not using faints. Like, that's a very, very helpful spell to use for these boss fights. So it's actually been rough not using faints. And then, but you know, that could be another type of challenge. Going through the entire game, not using a feint. What is it like to go through the game not using feint? So, it's been pretty rough. But yeah, I do need to get feint. Don't worry, I will get feint. I just gotta get enough training points and to learn the spell. So don't worry. Don't worry. What I also don't have is Elemental Blade and Spirit Blade. And you know, the thing about doing a dual school wizard is it's kind of tricky working with a elemental school and a spiritual school. Two different schools that you're working with. So it's kind of a little tricky. Honestly, I think it is. I mean, it's probably a little easier to work with two elemental schools to build a dual school wizard, or two spiritual schools to build a dual school wizard, like a fire and ice wizard, a life and death wizard, right? It's probably easier to work on two of the same schools in the same, what do you call it? Like, I don't know. You know? Because, like, fire, ice, storm, they're elemental. Myth, life, and death, they're spiritual. So, makes sense to use 2 elemental schools, 2 spiritual schools to build dual school wizard. And you know, like what you've just seen from me is like I'm doing a death and fire, I'm doing a life and storm, I'm doing an ice and myth, right? I've been doing like, yeah, just like 1 spiritual school and then elementals, dual school, right? So it's just been doing 2 different schools. Yeah, it's tricky. It's kind of tricky working with 2 different schools. But I mean, if you've done it before, let me know. And how was your experience? And if it was that tricky or not that tricky at all, not that tricky at all, let me know. But don't worry, I will learn Feint. I will learn it. I'll get Elemental and Spirit Blade. You know, it takes time. It takes time. Okay, it takes time. You just gotta get enough training points. You know, that's why again, you have to be careful for what you're using your training points on. You have to be careful for what you're spending. That's why, like, when you do a dual school wizard, like, you have to be careful for what you're spending your training points on. You have to be careful. Use your training points very wisely, because you don't know what may end up happening, and you may have to buy them back for whatever you spent them on. Like, oh, why did I use my training points for this school? What was I thinking? You know, like, you have to be careful. Very careful. But if you, like, do some side quests and get enough training points, you might be in a good position. Kind of like what I was doing for the Death and Fire Wizard. Like, I was doing all the side quests, and I was loaded up with training points. I had enough to get, to train into my secondary school. But I mean, like, it was an easy choice, like, because, like, again, the main school was Death, so I had an easy access to learn Feint, because Death was my main school. And so, like, I selected Fire as my secondary school, because I needed an AoE. That's what I was using. I used Meteor Strike as my AoE right before I was getting Scarecrow. So it was very easy to, like, be loaded up with tons of training points. But there's a bit of a problem from the Life and Storm playthrough, and it kind of is that same problem right now with this playthrough, the Ice and Myth playthrough. Just wasting my training points on these secondary school spells, which now I don't have enough to learn Feint. And it would have been a little bit easier to just do some side quests, but I was technically doing side quests on the Life and Storm wizard. I was technically doing some side quests, but I wasn't, like, getting the chance to, like, do the side quests. I normally do it, like, after I finish all the worlds in whatever arc storyline is going on. After I finished Arc 1, I was doing all the side quests. After I finished Arc 2, I was doing all the side quests. So, but now I'm starting to get more and more training points, so that's good. That's really good. But with this playthrough, the Dual School Ice and Myth, I am not doing side quests, and that feels different. That feels different to not do side quests. So really just, like, trying out something new, not doing side quests. I mean, that's what I've kind of been doing for a while on some of my other characters. Like, I haven't done any, like, I don't do side quests. But if it's important to do to get to a level for what you want to be into the next world, then do it. when I get the chance, when I get enough training points, I will learn Fate. Don't worry. I'll learn it. Well, better not die here. Been close to dying in the last 2 fights. So, yeah, that would not be good. We're really close to getting this guy out. Oh, it just would have been enough without the weakness. Let's do it. Thank you. That was close. There we go. There's Sylvia Drake. Look at her. Okay. Cyrus. Level up, level 45. Oh, soon before you know it, reach level 50 and then get some school pips. Can't wait. There we go, the Drake hatchery. And here it is. We finally found a recipe vendor. So what gear do we have? This is the death gear, okay? So, yeah. So we'll be able to find more recipe vendors throughout all these areas. So, yeah, with that, guys, that's it for today. We will quest through the Drake hatchery next time. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Click on the like button for more Dual School Ice and Myth playthrough videos. If you like Wizard101, subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you'll know when I post Wizard videos daily. I do live streams, so check out my live streams. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and join the Discord. Have a wonderful day today. Have a good week. I'll see you all next time. Take care.